Hey everybody, Will, just in time prepping. How you doing? You can see I got the window open. It's kind of a nice day out today. So yesterday we learned about radioactive fallout. And so today we're going to go into part 2, which is going to be the long-term effects of fallout on the humans. So let's get to her. I'll try to keep her kind of short again. Sometimes it don't work out too good for me, but we'll go into it anyway. So the long-term effects on the humans would be the acute effects of radiation subsides. The radiation will continue to produce a long range of physical problems or issues. They include things like leukemia, cancer, and many other things, and will appear 2, 3, even up to 10 years after the blast. Has blood disorders, and they can increase in anemia for exposure to the bomb. And in some cases, it'll decrease in the white and red blood cells, and that could last even up to 10 years. So that's after the bomb explodes. They've shown that after the blast from Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and maybe past some of you guys' time, certainly was mine, my parents remember it, but the survivors of that, they were an increase in cataracts, and they were partly shielded or suffered hair loss from it, so that's just a side fact. Other things were malignant tumors. All the ionizing radiation was carcinogenic. A prevalent, big word, type is leukemia. The cancer from Hiroshima and Nagasaki was significantly larger than that of the general population. That's probably because it was on such a small part of land. There was islands, actually. The correlation level between the exposure level was significantly larger due to the exposure and reported instances of like thyroid cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer, and salivary gland cancer. It was often lasted for a decade or more and passes before the radiation malignancies even appear. So the bomb could hit 10 years later, these things here were showing up. Another thing about it was keloids. It was a scar tissue, and it was covering healed burns. When the burns were healing, they began to swell and grow abnormally, and that's what they did, was they became raised mounds on the skin, and they were twisted. It was twisted flesh. So, you'd see little people that would walk around, they would look like they had little scars on their skin, but it looked like somebody just took it and twisted it like that. And that's how it grew, and it was like a little mound on the skin. They called those keloids, and they were found in 50 to 60% of the ones burned directly by the exposure. They were within 1 to 2.2 miles of the hypocenter. Keloids are believed to be related to the effects of radiation. Now, that's everything that affects the humans when the bomb goes off and the radiation starts seeping into humanity. So, these are the effects and the doses of the radiation. So, this doesn't sound really healthy. If you got small children watching, you might want to have them not listen. Some of this stuff kind of even irks me. So the dosage, or the REM, of 5 to 20, the possible late effects were chromosomal damage. So if they got 5 to 20 REMs, or the doses, that's what they got. Radiation dosage in REMs, if they were 20 to 100, the temperature reduction in white blood cells, there was a reduction in the temperature of the white blood cells. The dosage was 100 to 200, then there would be mild radiation sickness, and then within a few hours they would get vomiting, diarrhea, and fatigue. Also a reduction in the resistance to infection, so it means they couldn't fight off any of the sicknesses. So then the dosage for the REMs of 200 to 300, they were serious radiation. They would get serious radiation sickness. The effects would be as in 1 to 200 range, and would hemorrhage. Exposure is a lethal dose, and it says 10 to 35% of the population after 30 days would get sick enough that the lethal dose would be 10 to 35 over 30 days, which means you'd be dead. 300 to 400 REM dose is serious radiation sickness, also a marrow and intestine destruction, and the lethal dose of 50 to 70 over 30 days. And then 400 to 1,000 is acute illness with early death. So early death, the lethal dose would be 60 to 95 over 30 days. And then 1,000 to 5,000 would be acute illness, early death, and the lethal dose is 100 over 30 days. And can last up to 10 years. So even if you had 500 to 5,000 lethal dose, you could last up to 10 years, but you're still going to die. So that's what it is, the effect on the human body. It's not very good thing. We're going to die. If we're anywhere close to that blast, it's going to last anywhere from 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10 years for sure. And my friend Hoople's cat, he interjected yesterday that it could actually last up to 10,000 years, I believe he said. So it's not very fun stuff. So we got to really prepare ourselves if we can. I mean, not everybody can. Like, I'm doing the best I can, but some people, in some articles I read, they were building bunkers themselves. If they owned their property, they would go out and they would dig in bunkers and make the walls like 1 foot thick and stuff, and make sure it was sealed up real tight. But I can't afford that, and I doubt most Americans can, but some can. So that's what today's lesson is. Tomorrow's would be the last one. It's going to be the radiation effects on humans. That's kind of interesting too, and it'll be a little longer video, but I kind of wanted to shorten this one up today, and this is the shortest one of the 3 series, but it's bleak. It's a bleak series. So that's what I have, but we still have some other stuff. We need to talk about the drawing. I'm within, I believe, 25 or 30 from hitting 1,100. When we hit 1,100, I'm going to have the drawing, 1,100 subscription drawing for the bag. It's a backpack. It's a survival bag. So at 1,100. Yeah, so if you haven't got your VR done, your video response, you may want to consider doing that, because it doesn't take too long for the word to get out about the backpack and how nice it is. So if if you haven't done your video response, I suggest you get out there and do it. All you do is make a video between 5 minutes or less on using the keyword in the giveaway video I made. There's a keyword in there that you need to leave either in the video or in the comments or both. Make sure that you title it VR to Just-in-Time Prepping, and then let me know that it's ready and I'll go watch it. And then that will put your name in the kitty to win that nice prize. So at least you'll be able to survive for 3 days. But if it's not a nuclear war and grid goes down or big catastrophe hits, then you'll be able to last long enough for somebody to find you with that thing. And it's portable, so I have a video on that. I did a live review of what's inside, so if you really want to know what's inside, you gotta go farther back in the library and look up that live review I did, because I saved it into a video. So anyway, that's what I have for today. I want you guys to know that I really appreciate your support, you guys, because I really couldn't be doing this without your support and your love and all that good stuff. And I want you guys to remember that I love you, and it's God bless you, God bless me, and God bless the US of A. And before I sign off, I want you guys to comment on the intro at the beginning of this video, because it's a new one. I had a guy do it for me off of the channels. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's a Badly Named Channel is the name of the channel. He did my intro, so let me know what you think. So thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of it. See you tomorrow.